Super Mario Sunshine is a 3D platformer released in 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube. The entire game takes place on Isle Delfino, a tropical island away from the Mushroom Kingdom. Mario, Peach, Toadsworth, and a few toads are traveling there for a vacation. Shortly after arriving, Mario is framed for polluting and sentenced to clean up the graffiti and recover the Shine Sprites, this game's main collectible. Shadow Mario then tries to kidnap Princess Peach, starting the events of the game. I personally enjoy the Mario games that don't take place in the Mushroom Kingdom, as they give the game so much more story, visual, and thematic variety. Sunshine takes this opportunity and crafts something truly unique among the Mario games, and I appreciate that. The story starts off perfectly and does a great job setting up the mystery of who this Shadow Mario is and where they came from. It provides an objective to collect the Shine Sprites and use your new tools to clean the island. It even references other games with the Flood device, one of the main mechanics of Super Mario Sunshine being created by Professor Egad of Luigi's Mansion fame. After the first reveal has been made in an earlier part of the story, it remains static as you chase Shadow Mario until the ending, which is disappointing, but not unexpected for a Mario game. The areas you explore are separated from one another, but can be seen physically from each area. This does a really good job of building suspense and excitement. The players will want to explore those new areas they see in the distance, and there's a feeling of progression as you move around the island and can map out where these locations are relative to one another. This makes Super Mario Sunshine's world one of the most cohesive and immersive worlds in a Mario game, and it's one of its biggest strengths. Delfino Plaza starts covered in darkness, but as you collect more Shine Sprites, more areas become available to explore, and Delfino Plaza becomes brighter and brighter. It visualizes your progress and goes hand in hand with the story and gameplay. The size and interactivity of Delfino Plaza is good. It's a fair size and it feels alive as it's filled with colorful locals called piantas. It contains its own hidden levels, side missions, incentivizing exploration. With the amount of things to do, it's no Peach's Castle from Super Mario 64, but it's still leagues better than Super Mario Galaxy's Comet Observatory. I cannot praise enough how not only does Super Mario Sunshine have a strong tropical theme, but each area in the game reinforces that theme while feeling extremely unique and distinct from one another. No two areas feel the same. The unique areas contribute to the level variety, and are all fun playgrounds to explore and platform in. Only one area in particular, Hotel Delfino on Serena Beach, deviated too far from the usual platforming and slowed the game down. While not inherently a bad thing, I think Serena Beach's level felt so jarring because it was the only small indoor area of the game. It had a focus on puzzles, and wasn't an area you could easily move around in. Occasionally, you'll be sent to platforming-focused challenge areas you'll have to complete without FLUDD. I enjoyed the contrast of casually exploring the main areas of the game, and putting my platforming skills to the test with the hard but short challenge areas. These challenge areas were very rewarding. My only complaint is, without FLUDD, the omission of the long jump from Super Mario 64 can really be felt. The only way to get more horizontal distance is to first get more vertical height, with a triple jump, backflip, or a spin jump, and then drift forward. Situationally, if there's a wall you can diagonally wall jump, but these options don't always feel good when crossing larger gaps without FLUDD. Other than those specific situations, Mario feels really good to control. The game is designed around Mario's basic movement, and more advanced jumps only make it more efficient to move around, which is how it should be. Sunshine's main unique mechanic is FLUDD, and it's a genius inclusion both for story and gameplay. It is fun to use and keeps with the theme of the story by cleaning up a tropical island's pollution with water. The ground in certain areas will be covered in goop that requires FLUDD to remove. This gives the 3D platformer a really unique floor is lava type twist, and one of the later levels even makes reference to this. FLUDD allows Mario to shoot water in front of him to attack enemies and clean goop off the ground, giving Mario more reach than Mario 64's punches. It also allows Mario to hover in the air for a short amount of time, giving him time to drift farther and precisely land. FLUDD allows you to better get used to the game feel, especially in the earlier levels that aren't asking you to do too much. This is perfect for making the game accessible and allowing you to experiment with the new mechanics. Just as Mario's jump moveset provides him with the essentials and extra techniques to master, so does FLUDD. These extra techniques are fun to learn and implement onto your gameplay. For example, when you spray water in front of you and dive into it, called the slip slide, it gives you a huge boost to speed and is a really fun way to traverse. The later levels will start to squeeze more potential out of the FLUDD, but the main areas never get too challenging. The difficulty in the main areas is usually pretty tame. Most of the time, your punishment for missing platforming is falling and having to get back to the same area and try again. This is not always a bad thing, because the open level design makes it so that there's always something else to catch your eye, or another way up toward the same goal, keeping me from being discouraged. The blue coins, for instance, are scattered in each area and can be collected in exchange for shine sprites. It was always fun getting distracted from the main mission to collect a few blue coins. They're either very well hidden or in plain sight, but a puzzle to get, and kept me exploring. In order to unlock the final level in Super Mario Sunshine, you'll have to beat missions 1 through 7 in each of the 10 areas. This is a departure from Super Mario 64, where you need to collect any of the game's 70 stars to progress through the game. Mario 64's structure allows you to skip missions you don't like, or ones you're having trouble with. Now, in a perfect world and a perfect game, you'd enjoy 100% of the game's content. But knowing that no game is perfect, and that each player has different preferences on what they like, I think giving them the option to choose what obstacles they'd like to tackle makes the game better overall, as any of the other shines they collect will have no impact on their progression unless they plan to 100% the game. Completing the game requires you collect 240 blue coins and 120 shines. The only reason I could think of why the game is structured this way is because of the story. Mission 7 of each area always has you chase Shadow Mario. However, it never moves the plot forward in any way, and it's very repetitive. I would have liked to have seen the story progress in some way the more you explore, and the final missions in each area could have added more interesting events. As it stands, the story is not a good trade-off for Sunshine's structure. The game's camera is functional, but it makes you do all the work. No matter where you are, you'll be able to manipulate the camera to a good angle, but it slows down the game by stopping and having to take the time to fix the camera in certain places. I would have liked more automatic assistance with the camera. Sometimes, when making longer jumps, depth perception can look a little weird, so I wish you could pull the camera all the way to a top-down view, but you can't. Super Mario Sunshine's visuals are gorgeous. The game does a great job immersing you on a tropical island with so many unique areas to explore. Everything from the world, piantas, and enemies are vibrant and full of life. Mario's rocking short sleeves, and while it's a small change, it has a huge impact. Mario and Peach are supposed to be on a vacation, and the game makes me, the player, feel like I'm on one as well. No two areas in the game feel the same, and they all have different vibes. You'll be exploring small villages, sunny beaches, busy boat harbors, a resort hotel, and a theme park, just to name a few. They did a good job with the visual design of the goop that's polluting the areas. A lot of the time it uses a bright mix of colors, and it looks like a colorful oil spill. I brought up the fact that the game doesn't take place in the Mushroom Kingdom, and how the game takes advantage of this. One of the most impressive things is the type of enemies you encounter. You'll either be seeing completely new enemies or existing enemies with completely new designs to fit the new environments. You'll never see a single Goomba or Koopa in the game. This amount of detail goes a really long way, as it continues to keep me excited and immerse me in this new part of the world. Mario's animations are also well done. When Mario's body is moving, his body will react sorta like Jello would. While this is no replacement for handcrafted 3D animations and effects seen in future games like Super Mario Odyssey, it does a good job of simulating things like impact, momentum, and squash and stretch. Just as the visuals immersed me in Al Delfino, so did the music. A lot of the music is familiar but different, reinforcing that vacation vibe I get. Composed by Koji Kondo, the music features some tropical remixes of classic Mario songs. The Secret Course is an a cappella version of the main Super Mario Bros. Theme. Delfino Airship is a piano remix of the Underground theme. And even the Game Over jingle is the NES original, but features wacky horns. Quite a few area songs were different variations of Delfino Plaza's theme, but I didn't mind it too much as it's really catchy. The music varies just as much as the locations. There are upbeat songs like Rico Harbor and Bianco Hills, and ambient themes like Serena Beach and Deep Sea of Mare. All the cutscenes in Super Mario Sunshine features voice acting, and I honestly loved it. I can see some people feeling that it's cheesy, especially with certain characters' voices, but I found it extremely charming. It gives the game so much more personality, and I'm sad that it didn't become a trend in the games that came after it. It must be known that in normal play this game contains some jank, which is surprising for a Nintendo game or even a Mario game. I only experienced Mario Sunshine jank once during my playthrough, when I clipped through a moving platform. I don't think Sunshine's jank will have an effect on your overall opinion of the game, but I've seen enough Twitter clips to at least make you aware of it. Okay, so I need to rant about the lily pad level. The lily pad level is such a jarring difficulty spike compared to the rest of the game. In order to just get to the lily pad level, you need to first bring Yoshi fruit in order to hatch him and keep feeding Yoshi because he's on a timer. You can either wait and jump on the first small boat that circles Delfino Plaza, or go underground to the first island. Then you must wait and jump on the second small boat and ride it to a small platform. Then you must wait for a third small boat, jump on it, and ride it to the second island, and use Yoshi to unlock the warp pipe on the final island. Only then do you get to attempt the lily pad level. The common theme here is waiting. If you miss a single jump, you lose Yoshi, and you have to hatch him again and wait for the boats. A single misstep wastes at least 5 minutes to attempt what is essentially just 4 to 6 jumps. The lily pad level itself is a short ride down a fast river to collect 8 coins. The level is designed and intended so that you only get one shot down the river. If you mess up, you better jump off and lose a life because that pipe at the end won't take you back up the river. It takes you back to Delfino Plaza, where you have to repeat all the previous steps just to get another try. The pipe at the end is so misleading. I managed to beat this level, but I used the exploit to run along the side barriers, back up the river to collect the remaining coins I missed. I would fix this in a couple of ways. Once Yoshi is hatched in Delfino Plaza, he should stay hatched. It is not difficult hatching Yoshi every time you need him, it's just tedious. I would also double the boat count and not speed them up. Having 2 boats traveling the same path opposite one another would at least half the amount of wait time. I also feel if you use Yoshi to remove the barriers in Delfino Plaza, they should stay removed. That would separate this challenge into 2. One challenge of getting to the final island, and another challenge beating the lily pad level itself. There's also no other secret area to my knowledge that has a pipe in it, so I would make it really clear where that pipe is going to send you. I played the 3D All-Stars version of Super Mario Sunshine, released in 2020. This version upscales the original 480p resolution to 1080p, and expands the aspect ratio from 4:3 to 16:9. The port also features redone HUD elements and text to better fit the new display. I'm a simple man, and these simple visual upgrades, especially the widescreen, don't go unappreciated. It makes this the best way to play Sunshine, while not making the original inferior. The camera is not inverted by default and there's no way to change it. This took some getting used to. Because this is a re-release of an older game, now would have been the perfect time to add more system configuration options, such as camera control options and camera sensitivity. It's a missed opportunity and it would have gone a long way. Overall, I had a consistently good time with Super Mario Sunshine. It's brimming with personality and charm. It's worth playing even today, as the platforming and unique mechanics of the game are super fun. The world is just really enjoyable and immersive to explore.